Hello, and welcome to another video with the Chill Gamer. That's me. And today's video, we are going to play the game called Jusant. And if you've watched any of my other playthroughs, you'll notice that this game is a little different in the fact that it's new. It was just released on October 30th, 2023. So at the time of recording, it's only been out a little over a week. So I'm excited to play something new. Maybe a game that not as many people have already played. But it caught my eye. The description on Xbox Game Pass says, enjoy meditative vibes in Jusant, an action puzzle climbing game. So I love puzzles. Limbo was a puzzle game that we played. Climbing kind of reminds me of Firewatch, with all the hiking and climbing we do in that game. And obviously the meditative vibes, that's kind of what we're going for on this channel. Wanting to provide some relaxation to all of you who are watching this video. So my hope is that this will be a nice chill vibe. Can already tell by the music that it really seems extremely chill. That's what we're going for here on the Chill Gamer gaming channel. So I don't really know what's in store other than some cliff climbing, some puzzles, and hopefully just a nice relaxing game. Without further ado, let's start our game of Jusant. Already really liking the sound effects. Oh, Jusant, noun, a French nautical term for a receding tide. You can hear the tide coming down. There's actually no tide to be found on this beach. Perhaps that's what the story is about. Got some seabirds. Don't quite look like seagulls, but here we are. Wow. the beautiful start to the game. Just the music, the audio, visual design. I love the way our character looks. Might be our first spot to climb up to. Oh. Looks like we have a little friend. Excited to see more. How cute. I saw a little bit of a preview. I did see our friend that's hanging out with us and see how that plays out. Chapter 1, Daymark. Wow. Okay, and I think we've got things figured out, so I'm just gonna take a little walk around. I'm really already impressed by the art. I mean, this is just beautifully done, this game. The art design, the audio. I wonder this is where we came from. Can we go back down at all? Is there any reason to go back down? I see here. So our character actually nearly climbed all the way to this point for us. Okay. I'm sure we'll learn the controls as we go, but excited to start our journey to the top. Figure out what this is all really about. My bet is that we gonna head this way. LT or RT to grip. Okay. You gotta control each. Very cool. Once we get the hang of it, feels like that could be pretty fluid game mechanic. The icon displays the rope's main carabiner. When full, it means the rope is wound in. When empty, the rope is attached to a wall. Search for help. Hold B to hold. Very nice. Okay, so that little icon is important to pay attention to. These carabiners automatically secure the climb and show you the right path to take. Okay, these blue ones. There must be times when the right path is not going to be so clear. Let's get a little controller. We can really speed climb that. Looks like this is its own. This is definitely a unique path. Gotta be careful not to let go both at the same time. Beautiful. So we just gotta right path. Okay. Three small icons represent secondary pythons. If they're full, they're available to use. If they're empty, the pythons are already attached to a wall. Okay. Gotcha. So we can attach to other spots. Oh, I see. Place. Hold to load a jump. Okay. Oh. Okay. First fall. Got it. I don't think I grabbed last time. The right hand gauge represents your stamina. Monitor it and keep it topped up to prevent yourself from falling. Okay. Gotta be careful not to go too fast. Looks like we're going up. That's the idea. Okay. Nice. Check out your arms. Beautiful. Stuck there for a moment. Well done. Okay. Already enjoying this quite a bit. Motion blur's a little heavy, so I'm hoping that's not too much your guys' end, but wish there was an option to turn that down a little bit. Do we have a light? Looks like we need to climb up this way. Let's see what this is. Ooh, a note. Another sleep turning over stones at the old Delta. Harvest. Two belay stations for parts. A good catch. That should be enough to reopen the route to the old cape. Otherwise, it's all smooth sailing. A couple of old lanterns I think I can revive. Folks used to throw this stuff away. Oh, and I finally got an old knitting machine for Ennio, who's been asking for one for cycles. Not in great shape, but we should be able to tinker with it. Still not sure how I'm going to haul it up to low tide, though. Note to self, stop doing business with Rem. All he does is dismantle my discoveries and sell them for parts in the Heights. He claims to be a repairman, but he's nothing but a foam salesman. That's what. So Rem. to work with. Well, this just goes up and up. Okay, I really want to see if there's something for this motion blur. Okay, we're back. I just turned the settings down a little bit. I think maybe just having it on maximum was making the motion blur a little worse. But since this game is pretty new, they don't have a motion blur toggle yet, so I'm sure that's something they'll be working on. Rope can't be attached to most surfaces by holding down. Oh, can be. Very nice. But it seems a lot better, even just turning down the settings just a little bit. Can I? Oh, beautiful. Lay ourselves. How neat. Oh, that's pretty cool. How fun. That was neat. Yeah, it already, this feels a lot better too. Can't go in there. How fun. Oh, that's just another sneaky way back to where we already were. Okay. This be? A shell here in the ocean. It's like the memory is repeating. Interesting. I'm not entirely sure what that meant. Whether that was a memory or maybe the sounds of this area were captured in that shell and almost recorded like a memory, but not my memory. Like the memory of the land, because it was showing all the different places that all the different little spots. Eek. How are things at the sawmill? Business has been slow at the restaurant. Almost no one came to the last music night, even though people are climbing down from all over. I know we don't play the shells anymore, but still. Oh, play the shells. I was thinking that adding scaffolding to the side of the upside down cliff might help steer passersby this way. I miss seeing a packed patio. Can you take care of it? I checked with low tide and everyone agrees. Hey Mo, listen, these things happen. I hope one day you ask me to do something besides taking boats apart to make ladders. Like if I'm free for a romantic dinner for two. Anyway, all good for your scaffolding since the village approves. I don't have much wood to choose from after that new path to the plain I had to build, but I still have a wreck or two left over. I'll get to it when the currents allow. I owe you one. Thanks. You're the best. By the way, do you ever run into old Sonia? I think she's rummaging around in your area right now. If you see her around, do you mind telling her I need a new hob for my oven? Mine's taking on water. In the meantime, set sail for the restaurant. I'm not sure how romantic it will be, but we can always share a half-cooked meal. I think Mo just, not Mo, but, Yeek may have gotten friend-zoned there. Yeah, this feels much better. As far as the motion blur we were dealing with, not nearly as troublesome anymore. Can we climb any of this? Doesn't look like. Looks like this was once climbable. I'll go up this way. The rope can be attached to most surfaces. Some secret areas to just go down endlessly here. Getting little snippets of the lives of people that used to live here. Telling me I can maybe I need to try this again. If we ever needed to go down. double jump. Interesting. Okay. Lots of new skills we're picking up. Whoa. I didn't realize we could. So that makes sense why those levers would create these spots for us to grab. That way we can reuse them later if we need. Very cool. Learning all the different ways to navigate. You really gotta direct where you're trying to grab to. And climbing, use. I'll stick to me and see. Got it. That's why you place the pipes down, just in case we don't fall all the way down. Makes sense. Just like if you were to be hiking or rock climbing. Seems like there's also a lot of different routes we can take. Don't really have to go any one direction. That seems interesting through there. These little guys. Hey, fellas. Where are you headed? Lynn's gone to the heights to ask to extend the site. With the boss gone, the wind's gone out of our sails when it comes to digging. It's not such a bad thing. Lifting boxes, crates, and barrels is my area of expertise. But shifting their old stones, at the slightest pitch and roll, everyone's knees start quaking. Anyway, I was just getting used to the idea of working with archaeologists, making myself useful again. And already the work's dried up. I doubt it'll start up again. I don't see how we can move forward. How about you? How are things in low tide? Is Dee Dee still refusing to go to school? My love, I'm so happy to hear from you. We miss you so much, Dee says. I'm homeschooling her, and I'm very much out of my depth. Do you remember the names of all the regions of the tower? I don't even remember learning that. I gave Dee a homework assignment about the old altar to keep her busy for a while. She's supposed to copy the design. I ended up going with her. It'd been ages since I last ventured behind the village. I'd forgotten how dark it is. But you know Dee, she's gutsy, and she's enjoying diving into the past, just like you. Speaking of which, have your archaeologists finally found out how tides work? They've been digging for a while now, get it? Do you know when you'll be able to come back up here? Oh, interesting. So that's imagine married or just partnership with a child. Guess we can't get through here. That we're not on the same level. Just kind of seeing their how the relationship is. And we finished it. But clearly they were separated at 2 different levels. You could totally go down. Interesting. Keep our climbing our way up. Pretty cool how we can just from anywhere climb down. What's on this boat? Anything to discover on it? Looks like it's been hanging here for quite some time. It almost seems like this all had water at some point. That there was water up to this level with all the ladders and this was definitely like a lighthouse. Beautiful. Look at that. Wow. Pretty majestic. Look at this guy. Hello. It's like a little rodent with wings. Hey Bianca, you must have cast off for who knows where. I went back to the postal relay. Still no water. Surprise, surprise. Sully and Faz are still sorting through everything by hand, and I've gotten roped into helping with deliveries. Me? On Pebbleback? You can imagine what a sight that is. Even I'm laughing at myself. Still, why not, eh? It's a fresh start, and I quite like seeing the world as the mail comes in. Well, it would be nicer if this damn pebble would just change course when I ask it to. I'm telling you, it's stubborn. Worse than old Yom. Honestly though, what a nightmare. Anyway, I'm going to miss the tide at this rate. I left your mail by the door. What a just unique world design they built. Look how cool this is. I'm curious to know what would happen if I jumped. Hey little guy, what's going on? Hey Bianca, how are things down there? I hear boss sailed off into the horizon. Good riddance. I never liked him anyway. Things here at the hut are pretty quiet. Not many people stop by these days. A seasonal job when there are no more seasons. I'm starting to get bored. You can tell because I've started scratching letters. Tell me something to distract me, won't you? O.M. I'm so glad to hear from you. Yeah, I'm about as useful as a boy on dry land. A buoy, excuse me, on dry land, but no surprises there. You've been gone for a while, so maybe you don't know, but everything here is closed, except for old Enio's shop. He's still raising his chocos. Bassa tried to convince him to leave with them. Remember Bassa, the little terror at the back of the classroom? They got caught in quite a gale. It was amazing. No one's dared try again since. Do you think they're going to keep you on if people stop coming by? You might be seeing more folks soon, though. I came across a classified ad. They're mounting an expedition to explore the crow's nest. I'd like that, but going off on an adventure with strangers? Ugh. Oh yeah, I heard about that. Heading for the clouds, huh? That sounds like quite something. I'll better stock the hold. I bet they'll come this way. You know what? You should join them. Come see me too. You don't have any excuses since you're out of a job. Hehehe. It would be a nice change from the few stray travelers that still come by. Hey, the other day another climber got stuck at Weeping Rock Pass. I had to go fetch them. If only you could have seen them. Stupid enough to eat hay, as they say around here. Okay, it's settled. I'll be waiting for you. So there's definitely an expedition to go to the very top. But something happened that all these places ended up deserted. I guess the question is, what is it that happened? Sure, that's what we're gonna discover. Logbook 12. Logbook 12 octaves from the Jusant. We're in a whole nother time period as well, it seems. I'm finally leaving. I'm so happy I couldn't sleep a wink at the old harbor's master's office. A note caught my eye. It sounded like poetry. Expedition to the clouds, seeking hope in water. Join us at 12 octaves. Becca and Arlo's farm, Highfield, to journey together. After spending so long marinating and trying to find meaning in life, it'll do me good to see the world, as Em would say. Hopefully, we'll be stopping by her hut. Just the thought of seeing her again is enough to tell me I'm making the right decision. With any luck, there'll be other adventures leaving from low tide. I don't want to make my way to the meeting point with the rest of the expedition all by myself. The only time I ever left here was for the harvest festivals, when I was just a small fry. So an expedition like this is no small matter. They want to set sail for the clouds. Oh no, my parents. I forgot about them. What am I going to tell them? Hey folks, I'm off on an adventure. See you around if, and only if, I make it back alive. Of course, Bianca dear. Don't forget to bring snacks. I better not say anything, and I should bring snacks. What else? What do people normally take on this type of trip? One thing's for sure, what's a journey without a logbook? I've got it covered. I plan to make like the expeditions that set off for the salt plain in search of springs. I'm going to scatter my journal entries along the way for anyone who might come after us, starting with this message. Farewell, my lighthouse. You welcomed me with wonder and have kept me at company as I've pondered. Too much. You've always been there for me. I'm leaving you to the weave beaks, who will watch over you from the sky, and to watch over this message. I'm leaving one of my creations. Adventure calls, Bianca. So that's one of her creations, huh? 12 octaves from the Jusant. So it'll obviously be following her, Bianca's logs. We learned a few things in this note. We learned that the wing beak or weavebeak are those seagull-looking birds. There's an expedition to go up there. Doesn't seem like she ever came back. Clearly. And this seems to be low tide. Don't know how long ago 12 octaves from Jusant was, but can climb. Clever. Okay. Oh, I barely made that. Shoot. Our stamina back up. Beautiful. We did a little extra jump there. So we continue to explore the lighthouse a little bit more. Another note. I asked Mo for help, but it's no use. The door won't budge. There's no way of knowing how its inner mechanisms work. Does it have anything to do with the lost ocean? Mo isn't much of a handyman either, but you'd think we would have been able to figure it out between the two of us. He had to weigh anchor. A date, he said. It's true, he did seem rather dressed up to tinker around, rather perfumed too. So Mo and, forget the name of this person, but none of this answers my questions. I've explored you from deck to hold, and I'm no further along than when I started. I still don't know what you could have been used for. My lighthouse. Your painting seemed to allude to water falling from the sky, but that's pretty vague. Now what am I supposed to do? So someone came up here after the lighthouse was no longer in use. After it was already dried up, it seems. So they came by and didn't understand what this was used for. Interesting. These wind chimes. So what door? The door won't budge. Okay. this? The conch shell. Chapter 2, Migration. Oh shoot. What? That was so very cool. Kind of an awe, just that whole sequence, that whole cinematic. I love our friend. Can't wait to learn their name if we ever do. And just, this is more like a, not so much a lighthouse, but like a sound house, if you want to call it that. How unique. Well, I think this is a good place to stop for our first video. Played close to about an hour. It's a few stops here and there, but I'm really looking forward to seeing where this game continues to go as we climb higher. Probably going to take our time with this game. I believe it had roughly a 4-hour playtime for the full game, at least to complete the main story, and we may do that over 4 or 5 videos, I'll say. But yeah, this just beautiful art and sound design, and the story, another unique one. So I'm glad we have started our journey on Jusant, and really excited to play this again and take on chapter 2 with all of you next time. If you're still here, if you made it to the end of this video, if you're still awake, I appreciate it again. Anyone who has liked or subscribed to the channel, liked this video or anything, always very appreciative. But just most importantly, appreciative of anyone who just wants to watch these videos and finds enjoyment out of them. But I'm really enjoying this game, and looking forward to the next time we play. With that, I'll say goodnight, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye.